everybody, I am going to be making another project with Christine's stamps from Everyday Explorers Co. And I will be focusing on the summer set. This one is Summer Scenes. And what I've decided for my summer album for this year is to just put it in the family album for the memory planner pages. I am just going to do inserts. So this is an 8.5 by 11 page protector. So these are sized 5.25 inches by 3.5 inches. So I'm going to do trampoline jumping on the front, and then on the back is going to be my daughter in water play. I also followed Felicitas' tutorial on how to make mixed media pages, and I had an absolute blast making them. So I have this one that I'm going to probably use for this page, and this one for this page, and I know they're a little bendy, but that's okay. And I had gloss Mod Podge, but that's okay. I love how they turned out. They were so much fun to make, so go check out her tutorial. I will leave a link right here or in the description box, or both. But this is what I'm going to use, and then I'm going to stamp mainly in black ink, and I will also maybe punch some shapes out of the paper too. So if this is your first time here, welcome. My name is Sabrina, and I'm on a few design teams, and I'm guest designing for Everyday Explorers Co. this summer, and I just launched my first class at Big Picture Classes. All that is in the description box below. All right, I'm gonna get started on putting this together. Here we go. I'm gonna start by punching a star shape, and then before I punch any more, I'm going to cut out a 4x6 piece of this mixed media paper because I want to use that as my title card, and I'm gonna layer on a bunch of stamps in a few different ways. So I have that, and I'm actually gonna put that in the middle. That way it's kind of like a focal point, and now I will continue to punch some stars. I really love how my pages came together, like I said, and I just love this whole concept of using my own mixed media pages to make my pages kind of more custom. I decided that since my mixed media pages were a little bendy, like I was telling you earlier, I'm going to go ahead and put them on another piece of cardstock just to give them more stability. So I stamped 2 rows of June, and then I used my heat tool to dry it, and I think I wind up like smearing it or something. So I'm just going to stamp June on a piece of white paper so that way it can stand out a little bit more, because I want it to stand out a little bit more. I don't want it to just fade into the background. I also stamp Love Lazy Summer Days, and then I'm going to stamp Celebrating the Everyday, and then a stamp that says Sun, I believe, and Real Life. Just lots of different stamps to go with this page, because I think I'm going to wind up putting a stamped phrase on every single picture. And with my son's photo, it wound up being a square photo, so I'm going to decorate that card a little bit more. And I don't know if I mentioned this in my introduction, but this is going to go in my family album, 8.5 by 11. So this is where I stamped Celebrate the Everyday. I also stamped This Is Me, and then I'm going to use some washi tape to tape over the Backyard Adventure tape over the Backyard Adventures stamp, because I think it had a compass or a backpack, and I didn't need those. So I've never been to Paris, but I can definitely use this wavy stamp as part of a summer layout, and also just adding a little bit of pattern to my project. So that's what I'm doing here. And now I'm just going to spend some time kind of fussy cutting everything out. And I edited down a bunch of my fussy cutting, but I just wanted to leave a little bit in, because I'm going to go ahead and link in the description this paper that I use. I'm obsessed with it. It's really bright white, and it's thin, and it just stamps really clear, crisp images that I really like. And also just having this type of paper really allows you to kind of make your pages your own and customize things with your stamps. I'm also taking 2 of the sentiments and I'm going to put them on some chipboard. I picked a little bit of thicker chipboard, and that's okay, but I'm going to add that to my main title card as well. One up at the top right, and then there's the June, and then I'm going to add celebrate the everyday. So like I said earlier, I have lots of different pieces to add. I'm going to add the stars to each of our photos, and then each of our photos is going to also have a little sentiment. So like mine says, "This is me." My son says, "Boss mode," and my daughter's is going to say, "Get it, girl." And then on the photo of me looking down at my kids, which is just a hysterical photo, I am going to put real life, that photo right there. And I'm going to add a staple for it, and then also on the one of mine, and then also just a few little staples on the 4x6 card, a little more dimension to the overall layout. And I'm nearly finished with this project. I think I am going to wind up adding a little bit of journaling to my spread, because I love jumping on the trampoline with my kids, but still, like, after a couple years, I still use the trampoline as a special reward for getting stuff done, like chores or something like that. So I try to keep it special. That way it's like an incentive for them. So here I am journaling, and I'm just talking about the great time that we had on the trampoline. All right, so I hope you enjoyed seeing this little 8.5 by 11 page come together. I think I said this in the beginning. I'm going to go ahead and put this in my family Project Life album and probably just do a few summer pages here and there. Just a few different stories in my summer album. It's definitely not a normal summer, so I don't feel like I want to create a whole album about summer. So I'll just put this in the family album. I appreciate you taking the time to watch this video. I would love a thumbs up or a subscribe if you're new to my channel and want to keep seeing my videos. All right, have a great day. Bye.